This one is from Chotchbeard Gold. It's an Orisa VOD. Let's get to it. There's no point waiting around. Okay, good shield placement. Good fortify. You tried to pull him off high ground, which would which would have been really good. Again, just more of a get good kind of thing. This poor Reinhardt is all by himself. Ha, I recognize that cursor. Nice. Okay, I was wondering if he was gonna hit you with pin, so I like that you looked over, but I think it was a little delayed just because if he had been about to pin you, he would have pinned you. Just gotta look a little faster. It's not really that big of a deal, but using your whole magazine, good job. This is, oh no, you have halt though. There you go. Yep. Okay, yeah, so a little delayed on the halt. Right here, You're looking around, trying to help. Okay, right here is when I would have wanted to see the halt happen a lot sooner. Right, she's weak. You pull her out of cover. You have a good distance from her, and for those running the halt placement, you want to halt up here so it pulls her and she falls down, and you just kind of shoot her on the way down and she dies. But you made the mistake of walking up to her, right? Moira gets better in close quarters and Orisa gets worse because the closer you are to the target, the more you have to adjust your aim. So you did pull her up a little bit, which was good. You see how now we're just kind of we're having to go like back and forth with the aim. Oops, accidentally stream went down. But yeah, you did the right thing. Just those little improvements. You should see some improvements. You guys cap it. I like the attempt. That was a good attempt for sure. Target selection, you should be all over this Reinhardt, right? Reinhardt just dove into your team. You should just, you know, focus on him, kill him. Yeah, I mean, just they're stuck behind your shield, so you really definitely should be shooting the Reinhardt. Coalescence is one of those alts like Valkyrie. If you can, you just kind of run, and Bongo, you just run away and hide if you can. That way, it's not affecting the fight. So you did a good job here. You're leaving. Coalescence runs out. I think right here, an important thing to do as Orisa, because people are relying on your shield to hide from stuff like self-destructs. If self-destruct happens and you don't have it, just start calling out no shield, no shield, no shield, no shield, no shield, so your team can kind of decide sooner than later that they want to hide. I think that was a good reload, right? 22, yep. 0 ammo reload, good job. Let's look at this halt usage. Good barrier placement, good positioning in general. Yeah, so again, were underestimating the range of halt. What you want to do, right, so if this is Rein's shield, you want to shoot halt over here so they get pulled out from behind Rein's shield. Right, so you wanted to shoot it like right here. Moira gets pulled, you're shooting her, and then, you know, maybe she dies. You kind of got lucky that Rein turned his shield, but you don't want to rely on making plays based on the enemy team making mistakes. You want to make plays based on you making good, smart decisions. Yep, good target selection. And one of the things I like to do when Orisa gets ejected is just like as Zarya, when you alt fire um, her mech to do damage, I like to shoot a halt at the foot of the mech, so when she gets ejected, she doesn't get all that free distance to run away. You just, she gets ejected, and then you just, boop, you pull her right back into where her mech died. Again, so body blocking for our team, really important here. I don't think it would have mattered. Ryan's hammer is a cleave, so it would hit anyone within range. But good job using all your ammo. You could step forward here and use Fortify to try your best to stop Ryan from kind of hitting all these targets. But besides that, I think you're still doing, like right here, you should have walked in front of Soldier, and this is where you don't shoot, so you get full movement speed, walk in front of Soldier, Fortify to try and dissuade Ryan from pushing in on your down Soldier. You kill him though, good. You guys are winning this fight. I don't think I don't think you need to bongo here. Yeah, yep, I was going to say, halt. This is a great use of halt here because you're just kind of corralling them all, keeping them away from cover. The one thing about halt, though, is as Orisa, you have to get really good at shooting at your halt, right? So the halt placement could be better. Again, if it's possible, shoot higher. That way you have more time to shoot at them. And the other thing is, if you see this halt ability, they don't get pulled to the center of the halt ability. It took me forever to kind of figure that out. They get pulled to the exterior. So Anna is going to get pulled right here. So if you have really good tracking, you can track her as she gets pulled. But since my aim is probably my weakest link, I just aim at the part where she gets pulled and I start pre-firing that, right? If you watch this, right, she's going to get pulled right here, right? The halt was here and she gets pulled to the side of it. And yeah, even you are shooting farther up than you expected because this is where your halt should have been, and yeah. There you go, that's better. Sorry, I took a bite of my bagel. I'm sorry. That shield was kind of weird, but you'll have your next shield back, so it won't be a big deal. Oh, you almost did the halt thing, but just mistimed it. But that your head's in the right spot. Why the Fortify, though? That's my question. So here's the thing about characters with, so Zarya has shield health, right? That regens. And a lot of the other tanks, all the other tanks except for Roadhog, have armor. You kind of have to treat some or all of your armor like you would treat Zarya's shield health, right? You can take especially if you have a defensive ability. So this is probably Winston and Orisa are the two armor examples. Take some damage to your armor before using your defensive ability. Winston's Bubble or Fortify. Bubble the Orisa boop, or Fortify the Orisa boop. Yes, maybe, but look at this diva though. She's diving into your whole team. You're really not in any danger. I don't think you'll be punished for the Fortify, so I'm kind of nitpicking here. It's not like you're going to use this Fortify and then regret using it. You'll have it back, I imagine, by the time the next fight happens, just because that diva's overextending super hard. But it's just a good habit to practice, get into. Take maybe 100 armor damage, and then decide, okay, I need to use this Fortify. Oh, perfect! This is a great use of the halt here. Like I was saying in the last VOD review, use it to pull people away from your team, right? He's all over that weak target. If Mercy hadn't flown to you, it would have been even better, but she does fly to you. But still, great idea, great use of it. RIP. Yeah, again, we are fortifying the Junkrat tire, but again, same with personal shield on Zarya. Make sure you see and or hear the Junkrat tire, because fortify only lasts 4 seconds, and if it takes the tire 5 seconds to get to us, we've wasted fortify and we're gonna die. So you need to make sure you see it. Are you fortified the Moira orb? I probably wouldn't do that, especially because it does tick damage, like tick 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 tick, and armor is super good versus tick damage. So if it was for the tire, you did it too early, and if it's for the Moira bubble or the Moira orb, don't worry about fortifying the Moira orb. I thought the Moira orb was the tire. Oh, okay, that explains it. That's fair. I'll give you that. Okay, so right here is an amazing opportunity to combo, right? If you halt and pull them all together, Moira's gonna hit all the squishies. It's a mini graviton, right? So halt, 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 halt. No. Yeah, missed opportunity. Right. I mean, look at all these squishies. You just shoot it right here. 1, 2, 3, boop, and Moira just lights them up. Also, why aren't you shooting at the diva? I can understand why you're moving up right here, but right when this diva, you see this diva, definitely should be shooting at her. The shield has a super big curve now, so you could have just placed the shield right here and then start shooting at the diva. Ooh, that's a really good supercharger though. It's out of the enemy's line of sight, but it is covering enough area. Enough of the angle so your whole team gets it. That's a good supercharger. Your team is just lighting them up. Yeah, so I think the reason you're kind of in this awkward spot is because of your initial shield. You have put yourself in a position where they can come from either side of you, and now you're just kind of stuck. You keep looking over your head, right? You looked over your head at Genji, over your head at Winston. I'm not sure if you did the same with Diva, but you kind of pushed up too far. So it was right here is when the mistake happened. You shot the shield, and then you're like, okay, I have to go where my shield is. What you should have done is, remember, use your terrain to your advantage. You could place the shield right here, so you have a good line of sight on both doors. You could put the shield over here, kind of for the same effect. Your team, once the payload moves up here, the payload plus the shield is giving cover for your team to kind of fight on this side, and then you can shoot at everyone as they come out. Right, but since you put it so far forward, everything is happening behind you now, right? Genji, you have to look back at your team, right? You're not Genji, right? Yeah, right here, yeah, you lose where he is. He gets headshot, which is nice. And then someone right here just went past you. I'm not sure who it is. I think it's Moira. Diva goes past you. Winston goes past you, right? Everything is just going over your head. And if you have played a little farther back, you could just be like, since they want to dive your team, you just sit on your team like a mother hen and just pull everyone away from your team. You shoot them in the face, you fortify their damage. I'm assuming that was a 0 reload. It was a 39. Yeah, 39, like, you probably wouldn't have done it. Moira's right here. 39 still a good chunk of ammo. Oops. That was a good pull. Good target selection. Kind of getting sloppy with your halts. See, this is a good example. You took a good amount of armor damage and then used fortify, so that's good. 0 ammo reload, that's good. So, what you want to do here, and at least the best thing I can think of for you to do, is place the shield in front of the Ana. Who Anna's kind of like right next to you. I don't think you've seen her yet, but it denies her healing and her damage and makes her have to rotate around the shield in order to do her job, which also puts her out of position. She dies anyway. .56 ammo reload, and there's an enemy Moira right there. Yeah. Oh, hey, you pushed it to the end anyway. I mean, for the most part, you played it well. I think that last fight was probably your worst one. Some of your fortifies were meh, but it's also they were like people were just diving in and just kind of whatever. So your fortifies are fine so far. Your shield placement a little sloppy at the end. You're using halt pretty well. Just gotta be consistent with it, and also just work on more vertical halts, as well as comboing with your teammates. Like if you see if your enemy your ally uses a riptire, that's a great time to like use halt to it slows them down, groups them up. Maybe you guys get a fat riptire off of the halt. Same with coalescence, self-destruct, yada yada yada. All those ultimates.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A. A touch from afar.
That I like that. That was good. What's your Junkrat doing though? That's a uh-oh. Okay, so all of this is pretty good. The halt at the beginning is good. Your Junkrat's doing something weird. You see someone's on the point, so really good job. She almost got that first tick, but since you were paying attention, you stopped the first tick. So really good job there. The only thing I have to say about this first snippet is, remember, use your terrain to your advantage. If you're fighting this Tracer, walk into the wall here, place your shield. It will force Tracer to get into melee range to fight you. At that point, you can either headshot her, you can punch her, and if she does, blink into your shield, you can use halt to pull her back on the other side of the shield. Right, when you do this, Tracer can now blink behind you and shoot you. She can blink, kind of everywhere and shoot you from a bunch of different angles, and if you had placed it against the wall. Yeah, so another thing about fighting Winston is Winstons love to fight on the edge of their bubble, just like Winston likes to fight, or the Orisa likes to fight around her shield. You can kind of kite in and out of it. So when Winston jumps like this, shoot a bubble basically right where his, at halt, right where his shield projector is. So it pulls him furthest away from any of the edges. So you can just, and then he's slowed. He doesn't have leap. You just light him up in the face. You see how he's going to the edge? Oh, he just left you, actually, but... I like that you haven't used halt yet. Don't tunnel too much on the Winston. Good job. Target selection so far on point. What I would do here is put the shield up, and then fight the D.Va. Moira is really good at 1v1s because she's healing herself. She's got her fade. She's got her healing orb. Oh, I got peanut butter on my key here. Hang on a sec. Sorry, keyboard.
Together we are strong.
But yeah, so put the shield down and then fight the D.Va. The D.Va's still there. Yep. See, D.Va just got to stomp all over your Reaper. I'll just go back so we can see. There's D.Va. Right, you could have halted D.Va away from Reaper. Again, shield, shoot the D.Va, and then she got a kill off of it, which is unfortunate. Ossified Toad, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome to the stream. Did you hear me? You literally just put a shield against the wall. Wow, that's cool. I didn't know I could transcend time and space. Yeah, so you're gonna shoot this D.Va, I hope. There you go. There you go. Oh, there's a gap though. No. There you go, perfect. I feel like you heard me. This is like kind of weird. Uh-oh, you're gonna have to pop your supercharger in 2 seconds. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Pull them on the other side of the. Yeah, so right here, you see that this is where you shoot the halt at the ground, and you pull them away from the shield so you can just light them up, and they have to run to your supercharger. Oh, that sucks. But you played that last part really like after you didn't kill Diva, you started playing Orisa like super well for first point Numbani.
Archiving combat data.
Yeah, Moira's alternate fire, the one that does damage, does not go through shields. That is correct.
My will made real.
You tried to pull the soldier, but got the tracer instead. It was a good try. That's the one thing I would say here is right when you turn this corner, right here, and you see your McCree fighting, you have to shoot your shield now instead of later. That way McCree has that cover, right? It's 10-12 on the game time. McCree is fighting for... They fought for 8 seconds before you used your shield. You could have had another shield back, and McCree and Mercy, look, they both are kind of weak, so that was a mistake there. Definitely want to use the shield as soon as you can to help, and then you'll have the cooldown back. Okay. Your team is just doing work now. Alright, so about the shield. I would have shot the shield right here. So even on defense as Orisa, you want to create and take space. So since they popped their bubble, they have defined that this is the limit of their space. So if you move in and shoot your shield right here, you're taking away this door. And you are say, hey, this is my space. Get out of my space. And then you're shooting right into their faces because what your shield is doing is just saying, hey, you can have your space. This is my space. Please, let's not fight. But you want to take their space from them. There you go. There you go. Yeah, the Diva messed up. Uh-oh. No, he's fine. Everyone's fine. This Winston's feeding. I like the target selection to go for the Winston instead of the Mercy. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, you missed a reload opportunity right here. Yeah, right here you should have reloaded. And the reason I say that is because he dies, then we are we shot our shield and we're reacquiring our next target. Yeah, and then this is the reload. This would have been the perfect time to reload. Ooh, really good. That was super good. You denied her mobility to get to your McCree, which is exactly what Halt does. That was amazing use of Halt. Yeah, you have to fortify this because it's just gonna... No, shoot the Diva in the face. She's standing still. Wait, no, why'd you run out of your shield? No. You're still contesting. What? I don't understand. What? What? You had your shield and you were on the point. What happened? No. Oh man, I don't know what happened here. You just threw away. Like Diva was just standing still. If you were just standing your shield, you would have lit her up. Oh man, that was bad. Yeah, that was not good. Moira ult made you panic? Yeah, I guess. I mean, when people panic, don't they run to cover though? Yeah, so I like what you're doing. You just lost 2 DPS. Ooh, almost got her. You and Mercy need to leave. You guys just need to back up and leave. You guys are in a position where, excuse me, if Tracer and Soldier wanted, they might be able to kill you and Mercy. Uh-oh, right when you started reloading, she goes after Mercy. That's what feels bad. Where was your halt, by the way? Let's look at... Oh, yeah, you tried to pull him out of the door. Okay. Okay. I was like, I'm surprised Tracer is not all over your Mercy still. Alright, okay, if I'm Orisa, what's my plan here? I like your shield placement, because then if your shield's breaking, you can go around this corner, so that's good. What's my plan here? Like, if I was in this situation, what I do? Well, I shoot the shield to weaken it. Shoot D.Va's mech, make her use up defense matrix. Okay, my plan here would probably be to place supercharger down right now, right here. It'll empower my whole team so we can bust their shield and push them back. Again, that halt, like, what is it accomplishing, right? I do this, tons and tons and tons of Orisas do this. Yeah, I definitely, oh my god, McCree. Okay, good job. I like the Fortify too. Really, really, really good. Really good. So far, doing work. Nice. Okay, that was good. Yeah, the supercharger play. How did your McCree not die? Your McCree must have died, right? Please tell me your McCree got punished for that. My god, that was a McCree, right? It is a McCree. I don't understand. Wow, I can't believe he didn't die. Baby D.Va pool? Yeah, that was good. That was good. Alright, so what you need to do here is look at this picture. This is completely backwards. You should be at the front of your team, not behind your team, right? So this is super backwards. You should be over here taking space with Orisa's abilities, and your team should be firing from behind your shield. There you go. We see, at least you come up and remedy it, so that's good.
Where the fuck are...
But why aren't you shooting though? That's my question. Is what is stopping you from spamming down Reinhardt's shield right now?
Where the fuck are...
I'm just really confused by you from this whole fight. You've hardly fired at the enemy team. You were behind. You placed the shield, but then you didn't go to the shield and start shooting. I was worried about the Tracer backcapping. Yeah, no, definitely didn't have to worry about that. See, right here, the next shield I would place is probably right here. So if you really need to, you can cut into this door. I mean, honestly, you can take a lot more space than this. You could even place it right here, so you have this whole door. You could place it right here, so you have this little corridor. You could place it, yeah, I think right here might be the best, but the payload's rolling back, right? So you want to make them fight for every single inch to push this payload. See, like we saw the halt right here, right? Which is just kind of like a woohoo! I halted the team, but immediately D.Va uses boosters to fly in on someone. Like, this is when we look at D.Va and we halt her away from her target and making her essentially she wasted her boosters, right? So that is why in my own Orisa play, I'm trying not to just like throw halts out. I want every halt I use to have like a clear goal. Like, what do I want this halt to accomplish and try to accomplish it? And I don't want one of those goals to be pull the enemy team back 2 feet. Personally, his halt is such a powerful ability. He has so many uses, and I want to get use out of that ability. Uh-oh. Well, yeah, that's a rip. It's so funny. Your team was all here. Okay, Moira overextended and died. I think it's just Moira though, but then your team just scattered. Like once you look behind you, your team is all super. No one is even relatively close to you. You were the only one here, which is unfortunate. If they had been playing behind your shield, they could have ran into this building and hid and get another contestant, but since they are so far away from you and your shield and the cover you're providing, they just get caught with their pants down wide out in the open. Let's see if I can see the door I'm talking about. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Okay, so okay, you had 2 choices here. You can either pull Ryan out of position to shoot the soldier, or pull soldier out of position to shoot him. And the way you do that is, if this is Ryan's shield, you shoot like way over here, or what you do is you shoot right here. You shoot it like straight at Ryan. It will pass through his shield and pull him to the side, and you can shoot the soldier. Instead, all you did is just pull them together. Okay, good fortify. I'm gonna say that halt was to stop Reinhardt from hitting you, so I'll give you that one. Really like the shield placement. Yell to your team, no shield, no shield, no shield. Everyone seems to get the memo. Okay, that was good. I mean, that's... Oh my god. Farah, please! I'm begging you to rocket barrage this. 1, 2, 3, 4. No! Doesn't mean she still got tons of damage off of that pull, so that was really good. Shoot the Rhine! Shoot the Rhine! Oh, no, you didn't play your shield right. RIP. And you had Fortify. You did not have Fortify up. No, you didn't. Okay, they were both coming back. But yeah, definitely misplayed the shield a bit there. Again, so right here, why, like, what's the reasoning to not place a shield, right? Right as you turn this corner, right, you could place a shield right by this tree, right by this corner. You're like, what's the reasoning to not do it? So there's no, at least I don't think there's a good answer. So you should be placing the shield. That way your Reaper has something to stand behind, right, or Mercy has something to stand behind, so on and so forth. Like, look, he just took a huge chunks of damage, has to wait his Wraith now because you're still holding on to shield. Oh, and you shot that shield way too far. Yeah, because this is what happens, right? Now they're just gonna walk through your shield. So I think I heard Evil Toaster say this in a video he did with Overwatch Central. Let's pull up Paint. We'll just draw with this. So if this is the space of the 2 teams, and this is the halfway mark, and there's, you know, 5 members here, and this is your team. If you shoot the shield right here, you have this distance to cover to get to it, and the enemy team can just walk through it. You always want to shoot the shield a quarter of the way between you and the next team. That way it's closer, it's easier for your team to get to it than it is for the enemy team. When it's an equal distance from the shield to both teams, then it's a toss-up and you might not make it. But if you shoot the shield here, and here's the enemy team, and this is your team, your team is 100% going to get the value out of that shield, and they're not just going to walk through it. I like that. Okay, so this halt is good. Stops Ryan from hitting you and gives you time to reload, so that was a really good halt. Ooh, you might have messed up his halt. Also, look at your shield placement. your whole team is wide open for this tag visor. So let me just talk a little bit more about the shield. So the shield, just like you expect your team to stand behind Reinhardt when he's shielding, you can kind of expect the same from Orisa shields, right? Wherever you place the shield kind of determines where your team goes. So since your shield was unusable, your team doesn't have a set place to go, and they're just kind of like meandering all over the place trying to fight. And which leads to the great tack visor, because your team is spread out. None of them are in cover, and the enemy soldier just shoots everyone. But when you put the shield in a good spot, like right here, you kind of expect your team will play over here. They're kind of in the same corridor. They're all getting healed together, and then they have a room to hide in. They have cover to hide in. I mean, so on and so forth. So, like, as the main tank, bad shield placement can affect your whole team and not just you. Right? I think you even place a second shield there. Yeah. And see, look at no one on your team is gonna stand behind the shield because D.Va's diving, Ryan's just running in with his hammer, so you can't really expect them to stand there, and then, you know, absolutely everyone gets punished. Well, I mean, you did as much as you could, honestly. I know we just watched it. I want to watch it one more time. The fortify, because you thought you were getting charged. Again, right here, you have the shield cooldown, right? You just use it, you know, at your feet, and it might disrupt someone from hitting you, aiming at someone else. Good target selection. I like that you were all over the D.Va. That's good. Did they res you? No. Oh, it's just overtime. Okay. And you guys are gonna hold. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So we saw a lot of good there. Some questionable stuff, and some bad stuff. You know, work with terrain more with your shield. You had good fortify. Your bongo use was very good. Your bongo use was super good. I liked all the bongos that you used. You had that one super bad shield placement at the end, but besides that, I mean, I think you're in a good spot with Orisa, and hopefully this kind of helps you, you know, push you forward and get better with her. Some awesome halts, yeah, you did have some awesome halts. Okay, that's that one. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. Check out these two other videos on the left-hand side, and be sure to subscribe by clicking that button on the right. If you like all of this stuff, you can follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, and of course YouTube. All the links will be in the description below. Again, thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a good one.